you go with Stu Skinner in game 5 and you lose and you are desperate and you need a win and you say, you know what, we're throwing Calvin Pickard in net on the road in Florida, he would say, this oddly is nothing I've never seen before. I know it's like 8 negatives, but it is a positive that Calvin Pickard can be in this situation and say, you're throwing me into the Amerant Bank Arena on the road. I got to win a game to keep this team's playoff hopes alive. No problem. I can do that. However, if you go Calvin Pickard in game 5 and you lose, can you even go back to Stu Skinner on the road where he has been yanked in 2 straight games? And yes, one of them wasn't his fault. We'll say 1.5 of them weren't his fault. But the last 2 times this man has played hockey, it has been in this very building, and you decided you are not good enough to finish this game, let alone play the next one. So if you go Calvin Pickard, I worry that you have made your bed. And I'm not saying like made your bed the way I make my bed. I'm saying military, tuck that shit like crazy. That's not moving. You've made your bed.
That's one tuck. That's one no tuck. Seinfeld reference for you. But shout out the fact that, so Pix comes in, gets the job done, and while we're talking about down the road, I'm solely focused one game at a time. It's game 5. That's Pix net. We'll cross that bridge game 6 when we get to it. But let's say, live in some world that I don't want to live in, that you would need Stu to maybe go in for game 6. I don't think it's that way. Stuart Skinner has been put into games. He's been through the ringer as the Edmonton Oilers goaltender mentally in every facet you could think of. And I go back to last postseason. The Oilers down 3-2 to the Vancouver Canucks. They end up going with Stuart Skinner in the net. Things start to move from there. I think Stu mentally is a brick wall. Nothing's going to shake that guy. And I have full confidence in him. But Deech, that's down the road because we're going to smoke him in game 5 because it is a cup year.
Cup year. And you know what? Pete Blackburn made the same point on our stream and on our show, which is like, you're worried about throwing Stu on the road with like a win or go home game? Why? He can handle that. And I'm like, damn, yeah, I know that he can. It's a tough call. I think that you do go Calvin Pickard, though. And I said before game 4, and I'm like, if you don't know me, ultimate Stu defender. The lies I have told to win Stuart Skinner arguments have been crazy. I said if I were Chris Knoblock, I would call Connor McDavid into the office and say, you pick, man. Who are you going to play better than? Or better in front of?
And I think through seeing it, DJ, we've seen a lot. Tyler brought this up a lot on Oilers Nation After Dark last night. He's been kind of banging this drum all season. And once again, I don't know if I fully agree with it, but there is some truth to be said that the Edmonton Oilers play better in front of Calvin Pickard. I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. Maybe they just really like the guy and they like laying out for some shots in front of him. But there has been a little bit of a theme here throughout the regular season that they play better. Deej, I'm curious, once again, I know you're hosting, but my question to you, what did you think of the poll in the moment? Because I thought, first period, the Edmonton Oilers, dog shit. Everybody on that team not playing well. Stuart Skinner was arguably the first star of that first period, but Chris Knoblock, the king of adjustments. He has the pulse of this team better than any coach in the NHL. The strings he pulls just tend to work. And hey, he puts his balls on the line. He puts in his backup goalie. But what did you think about the poll in the moment? I'm curious.
Let's pull some receipts. Sean or Pete, do you remember what I thought? I have a memory of what I think it was, but what were we saying after? I think I was had to do it, but really mad. And then as they were coming back in that game, I was pulling my hair out. I was like, this isn't good behavior. But if they end up in a tie game, right. After they tied the game, I was like, do you put Stu back in for the third period? And they were throwing tomatoes at me. And I'm like, fuck, I don't know. Like, if you have to, like, this is such a big game. Do you want to be in the third period or overtime being like, we don't have our best players on the ice right now. We don't have and granted, if you come back to tie it, it means that some players have been your best players. But damn, like, you're rolling 5 defensemen. You got a short bench. Do you want to make sure that you have absolutely everybody out there you can have? But at this point, you got to ride with Pickard. I will note, though, I said this today on the show, I think Bob made the most, like, oh my God, big, huge saves. He made the breakaway save on Jeff Skinner at the beginning of the second period. He obviously made the breakaway stop on Connor McDavid after he killed Aaron Ekblad for the 500th time. He made some big save. Perry on the rebound on that power play when McDavid took the slap shot. So big saves for him. Obviously, Pickard on Lundell. Big save. He gets a piece of the Sam Bennett one in overtime, gets it off the post, although very close to kind of getting a piece of it and put it in his own net. But that's neither here nor there. Stu made as many huge saves as those guys, and Stu played for 20 minutes. Stu, the big save on, was it Bennett on the rebound? And then there was also the save that he made where someone jammed it in front and he jumped on it, and it was like a fluttering thing, and he grabbed it, and it was sort of like a reverse of the end of game 1 against the Kings, where you knew 2 minutes into the game, and I was saying it on our stream, I said I would have liked to find out if game 4 Stu showed up. I would have liked to learn that like a period and a half into the game. I don't need to know right now that Stu can make a million saves, which is what he's doing right now. So Stu made as many huge saves in that game, certainly as Pickard, but maybe even as many as Bob. So, like, not your fault. That said, again, big Stu guy, I don't care about feelings right now. I know that he doesn't deserve what has happened to him. If Calvin Pickard is the guy that's going to get you 2 more wins, I'm very selfish, all I want is 2 more wins.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.